So, on 29 June, Dell is releasing their newly designed, revamped G7. It's aesthetically much more better looking, it looks more fresh, it gives this gamer vibe, and they have changed some keyboard layout as well, added some things as well, and the specs list looks really good. Now let's talk about the design. So if you look at it, it has a much more angular and aggressive look. It's much more rectangular right now. Horizon RGB has this asymmetric look as compared to last year. And the edges of the laptop look more, sharper, much more defined as compared to last year's much more rounded kind of look. So this, I feel like any edgy look just looks much more aesthetically better as compared to that rounded curve just looks odd. I think one of the most, big differences visually is the hinges under the screen, or the hinge under the screen. Sorry. So last year the hinges were on the sides with a little bit of space in between, but this year they went the other way where it just looks like a screen floating, levitating from far, but there is a hinge holding it out. I hope it doesn't wobble, if you keep on closing and opening the lid, I hope it doesn't wobble to some degree. Or even if it does, maybe to a little bit of angle, that does create a lot of hassle for a person who's using it. Let's talk about the display, which is one of the reasons why I decided to make this video. The G7 line has also entered the 300Hz game. So there are three variants. We have the 1080p IPS panel 144, which was there last year as well. Now you have the 300Hz IPS panel, or you can just go for the 4K OLED at 60 Hz. So, welcome to the 300Hz game, G7. Welcome. Please have a seat. Just 3 days ago I did Asus. No, sorry, not Asus. HP. Or am I saying Asus? Asus are always first in terms of display refresh rate. HP I did a few days ago. You can check it out here. You might have seen a lot of dislikes for some reason. Thank you guys, whoever disliked my video, for giving me more, you're encouraging me to do more, because that's not going to stop me from making something I'm enjoying making. Disregarding what I just said, let's talk about the CPU. Also, three options. You have the 10 Gen i5, that's about 4.5 gigahertz, and then you have the i7 10 Gen as well, 5 gigahertz, and the highest spec, the i9 10 Gen, 5.3 gigahertz. So on CPU level, you have all the three options depending on what your pocket says, but having more options is the more the merrier, isn't it? Talking about the GPU, we have four options here. So you can either go for one of the GTXs, so your 1650 Ti or the 1660 Ti, or you can go for the RTX. They have they come with both, either the RTX 2060 Max-Q or the RTX 2070 Max-Q. So like I said, the more the merrier. Now let's talk about the port selection. So we have three type A USB ports, one type C with Thunderbolt 3. So excellent that they included Thunderbolt 3. Am I saying Thunderbolt 3. We have the HDMI 2.0 port, and we also have the mini display port as well as audio jack, and additionally an SD card reader. Thank you. I don't know why most company manufacturers just disregard the SD card reader, because I know most people who do intensive gaming would really like to have a micro SD card reader just in case, because not everyone has a USB. From your phone to your laptop, do you know how easy that is? Let's just say if you don't have the USB wire, but I'm just saying there is no much disadvantage of having access to that. So that's a good thing that the Dell included it. Apart from that, we have the RAM. You can either go for the 8 or 16 gigabytes, expandable all the way to 32 gigabytes. The battery has two variants as well. We have the 58 watt hour or the 68 watt hour. So I'm saying probably depends on, if you go for the higher spec one, i9 and the higher RTX power. So you probably get the one with the higher battery power. But here's the thing. If you are going for a gaming laptop, I don't think you should even worry about battery, because this is why. Most of the times when you play this gaming laptops on battery, you play a specific game on a battery, the game is gonna lag because the graphics card or the GPU is not gonna give you full power because it's on battery. So if you don't have full power, you're not gonna enjoy the game. So for me personally, I don't even look at the battery because my Razer Blade has been plugged in since I bought it. I don't remember the last time I actually let it out of the, unplugged it and play the game. If I unplug it, it's probably because I'm studying somewhere where there's no, where there's no very near power outlet. So that's the only reason why. And last but not the least, the weight. So it's about 4.81 pounds. Yes, it is heavy as compared to the 2.5 pounds or the other ones. HP has the 2.56 pounds, their own gaming versions. But do you really need, does it really matter when it comes to gaming laptops? You want a really light one? Because when it comes to gaming laptops, when something is light, it does mean they might have maybe stepped back on some things so it will be lightweighted, but that's a different conversation. Anyways, that was it. That was my short announcement as well. It is coming on 29th June, like I said. Very good price, $14.29 starting price, the retailing price, which is not bad for it. This is not a top tier gaming laptop, obviously, but it is a mid tier. It will get the job done. Most games, I think 90% of the games will not have any issue with it because the spec list looks really good. But anyways, let me know what you thought. Are you one of those guys waiting for a Dell laptop, the new version of Dell? And if you already have the class G7, do you think you might upgrade? Are you happy with the spec list? And don't forget to hit the sub and do give it a like. That's all I'm asking for. And don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media.